Welcome to the Ogden City Council's quick meeting recap for the City Council, Special RDA, and Special MBA meeting that took place on Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. In the work session, the Council, also acting as the RDA and MBA, held a fact-finding session to review and discuss the proposed WonderBlock development, paid parking management system, and project financing plan. The project would include a partnership of the RDA and J. Fisher companies to facilitate development of the WonderBlock project. The project also includes a proposal to implement a paid parking system. 2 parking structures would be constructed to serve the WonderBlock project, 2nd District Court, 25th Street businesses, and the municipal block. It would also include bond parameters of $129 million from the RDA and MBA to fund the projects. These projects are designed to meet the goals and objectives of the Make Ogden Downtown Master Plan and the Ogden City General Plan. Funding for the developments and parking structures will be considered after a public hearing on January 10th. The Council then recessed for an open house on the proposed WonderBlock development and paid parking management system. Representatives from the city, including elected officials, were available to discuss the proposed developments with residents. Other opportunities for questions and comments related to the WonderBlock project will take place before the January 10th public hearings. In the council meeting, representatives from the Ogden Downtown Alliance invited members of the community to participate in Small Business Saturday. Small Business Saturday is an effort to encourage residents to shop at local businesses. It is nationally recognized on Saturday, November 26th. The council then introduced the new members of the Ogden Youth Council for fiscal year 2022-2023. The new members include Mercedes Randhan, Demaria Zercano, Brooklyn Ritchie, Tennille Garrett, Lacey Garrett, Castle Stoll, Adan Ochoa, Kaihan Azami, Avery Brunson, Kieran Saran, Thor Darash, Melanie Juarez, Ellie Gomez, Aiden Bordeaux, and TJ Shelton. The council and the mayor then adopted a joint proclamation declaring November 26th as Rick Danger Day in Ogden City. The proclamation declares November 26th as Rick Danger Day in Ogden City and designates him as the honorary mayor of Christmas Village for 2022. Rick has volunteered for many organizations within the community and has been involved with Ogden's Christmas Village for several years. Under common consent, the appointments of Michelle Miller and Leanne Christensen to the Christmas Village Advisory Committee were approved. The council then approved a rezone of property located at 305 Harrison Boulevard. The adopted ordinance rezones this property from single-family residential zone and single-family residential zone to 2-family residential zone. This will allow for the development of a duplex townhouse group dwelling development on a 2.46-acre property. The council then approved amendments to the East Central Community Plan, zoning ordinance, and zoning map. The adopted amendments include updates to the East Central Community Plan to promote mass transit and incorporate the Ogden Express BRT and 9 Rails Creative District, Transit Overlay Zone Standards and Rezones, 9 Rails Creative District Zone Standards and Rezones, and changes to accessory dwelling units including modifying height standards. The council then adopted a resolution establishing parameters and setting a public hearing on a proposal for Ogden City to enter into an interlocal sales tax pledge agreement with the RDA. The purpose of this agreement is to provide security for the Utah sales tax and tax increment revenue bonds proposed to be issued for the WonderBlock project. If approved, Ogden would pledge sales tax revenues received by the city not to exceed $75 million for the period of the bonds. The public hearing is set for January 10th, 2023. In the RDA meeting, the board adopted a resolution setting a public hearing on a proposed bond parameter resolution for the WonderBlock project. The resolution would authorize the issuance of sales tax and tax increment bonds of no more than $75 million. The bond proceeds would be used to fund the city's portion of the joint venture with J. Fisher companies to complete construction of the WonderBlock project. Ogden City will also be pledging sales tax revenue to cover any shortfalls in tax increment revenue. The public hearing for this resolution is scheduled for January 10th, 2023. In the MBA meeting, the board adopted a resolution setting a public hearing on a proposed bond parameter resolution for parking structures in the WonderBlock project. The resolution would authorize the issuance of no more than $85 million in lease revenue bonds to fund the construction of 2 parking structures in the WonderBlock project. The MBA will own the parking structures and lease them to the city. The public hearing for this item is set for January 10th, 2023. The entire recording for the meetings of November 15th can be accessed on the Ogden City Council's Facebook page and podcast with timestamps to skip to specific agenda items. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to the council office at 801-629-8153 or send an email to citycouncil@ogdencity.com.